everyone, my loves. Stephanie Zima here, coming to you live an hour early today. Because I have a swim appointment today. Yes, I am going to start something new. I'm going to swim as part of having no makeup on, except for a little lippy to make them soft, is what happens today. Okay, so that's how we walk it free, and this is how we show it up. So walk it free, where I talk and you walk. Why are we doing this? Because this way you can learn a little bit about personal development while you're actually working on your physical goals, your physical health. You know, we all know that if we are not taking care of our bodies, our movements. Let me tell you a quick story actually about a friend of mine who out of the sudden ended up, she's very young still too, but out of the sudden ends up with thrombose, you know, like like whatever, I don't even know what it's called in English now that I'm thinking. Is it called thrombose? I don't know. Anyway, so this is scary, right? These things can happen overnight. And this is why it is so important to actually spend some time on personal development and on your mindset around health and wellness in general for you, right? And I'm not talking about health and wellness sales or anything like that. I'm talking about literally just walking. So while I talk and you walk, you are feeding your mind good information and tips and tricks, and you are actually maybe walking for yourself to just get your step counts up and to get your body moving a little bit. So consider doing that. Plus the tip is also that you're actually putting in both together. Okay, so you're putting in both activities together, which saves you time, right? And since we're talking about time management this week, I talk, you walk, and this is going to be fabulous. So if you are knowing anybody that needs to know this, please tag them in here and let them see it. If you haven't watched yesterday's video yet, make sure you hop on over to YouTube and check out yesterday's video, and then the weekend or the video before that, because this whole week is about time management. And if that is something that is interesting to you, which I guess it is because it's interesting to me, and I'm a mom and I'm like a business owner and all the things, time is really, really important. So go ahead and check those things out. Make sure you subscribe in there so that way you have all of that. So I have said now all the things I want to say. Now on to delegation and what happens when you have no one to delegate to. Yes, that is something that happens to me a lot, or happened to me a lot, especially because I'm a mom of 3 and my family is in Germany, and my husband's family is all over the country. And you know, he was traveling a lot when the kids were younger. They're still little, but they're not as little anymore. So he was traveling a lot and left me alone a lot because of that, right? And so what happened was I didn't feel like I had anybody to delegate anything to, because it was my sole responsibility to keep my little humans alive. And you know, trying to fill my own business needs and stuff, I ended up a lot in what I call the victim mentality. I felt sorry for myself. I had negative self-talk, talking about like there's no one I can give anything to, everything is on me. And the reason why this is a problem when you do it like that is because all you're hurting is yourself. You're hurting your negative, through this negative self-talk, you're hurting your ascent in your business, you're hurting your productivity, you're hurting the progress that you're making, because all your brain is doing is focusing on the negative side, the poor me, the I don't have anybody, I can't do anything. And that then leads to procrastination. That then leads to binge watching Netflix and doing those self-sabotaging behaviors that we are talking about, right? And it's simple, only that thought process in your brain that is a victim mentality, okay? And the way how you flip this, and it's so important, and if you can relate with this, make sure you leave me a comment, okay? So like we can all like find each other. But it's really important to overcome this. So the way how you overcome it is actually first of all, gratitude, okay? Gratitude is everything. Gratitude is the antidote to feeling bad, period. That's just what it is. If you feel gratitude, and you probably say, hey, how can I feel gratitude if I feel genuinely alone? If I feel like there's nobody here, I can't give anything to anyone, like it's just me all the time, right? How can I feel grateful for this? And it's going to take a minute for you to really dive in and think. So here's how I did it. I started writing down, I am grateful I am alive. I am grateful I have a heart. I am grateful I am healthy. I am grateful I have a home. I am grateful I have children that are healthy. I am grateful that they love me. I am grateful that I have a husband. I am grateful that, yada, 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 yada. List goes on and on and on and on and on. And I wrote it down multiple times over and over and over and over again. I am grateful that I have zero time to worry about things. I am grateful that I have zero people who could mess up when I can do things so much better on my own. Okay, so here's the twist. If you, instead of focusing on victim, I can't do anything, I have nobody, any of this stuff, you find the gratitude in what it is that makes you better in doing it by yourself in this moment, okay? That will take your attention off poor me and I'm lonely to, hey, I'm a badass. I am a badass. I am great. I can do all these things. I am amazing. That look at me. I can do this by myself. Oh my word. I am amazing. Okay? So what happens when you do that is your entire energy is absolutely changed. And you guys know, okay, I'm talking and teaching about the paradigm. When you have low vibrating energy, meaning you have an energy that comes from this victim mentality, then you are in a low vibrating state, meaning you attract only low vibrating things into your life, right? You attract a lot more complainers, you attract more negativity, you probably attract some illness, like something like that, like something low vibration. But that is not what you have in mind. That is not what you're looking to get. You are looking to get acceleration in your business. You look at acceleration in your parenting. You want better relationships. You want better friends. You want to have more fun in your life. You want more joy. You want more peace. You want more happiness, right? You want to feel great. All of these things, they don't come from a low vibration state. You have to switch the state you are in. And the way how you're changing this is you can't change it with feeling like a victim, okay? Now you probably think, what does it all have to do with delegation? I'm still not knowing how to delegate and how to get help. But you are helping yourself first. Okay, that is so important. You help yourself first. You are going to get these people to show up in your life when you start having a good energy around you. Okay, so that's the thing. So you need to do the gratitude, and even do the gratitude about all the things that are challenging to you. Now, so when you're adjusting your feeling of your feeling, right? Now you need to think strategy. What am I trying to accomplish? Okay, what am I trying to accomplish here? And you need to figure out, what is the goal? Okay, what would I want to delegate? What would I want to bring on to somebody else or give somebody else? What do I need help with? And once your state of feeling and vibration is clear, because you're feeling good about it, now solutions can present themselves. You can get curious instead of feeling like a victim and all like, complaining and stuff. You rather get curious about the things that present solutions for you. So what could it be? You could delegate to friends. Like, what friends do you have in your circle that possibly could help you out? Maybe you can carpool. Maybe you can, work out a barter trade of some sort. Like, I take your kids, you take my kids. I need a little bit of time here, whatever, right? You could do that. If you don't have any friends, then maybe that's another goal. Maybe that's the goal, to say, I'm going to consciously network with people even though I don't have anybody right now in my circle who I could delegate to, I could consciously network with people where we can come up with win-win situations, right? I win, you win, we win. And that would be ideal. Okay, so get curious about it. Maybe you can have a friend. Maybe sometimes, and that's something that I had to do a lot, especially when I was taking care of my children and my sick mother over in Germany for a while. I had to rely on the TV. So I had to get very, very deliberate with what I needed to do when. And with that, I was using the TV as a little outsourced delegation. I was saying, okay, and then I wasn't just going to let them watch anything. I was figuring out how could I use the TV? What kind of show could actually benefit our goals? Okay, so you have to figure out all these things together. Okay, so that's what you need to do. So we have that, and then once you have that, maybe you can also find a church. That will possibly have, like my church. I know, for example, my church has a program that networks for moms with extreme littles, for example. Okay, so there are ways to connect with people. There are ways how to delegate and have resources available. So I hope this was super helpful for you guys. Please let me know in the comments, and if you're not comfortable, which some of you are not, and I get it, some of you watch those videos and no one really wants to put it down in the comments, or some people do, some people are not comfortable with that, and I am totally okay with that either way. If you want to have a private conversation with me, have a private conversation. These personal development subjects are very often very personal, and we are not really used to speaking personal to, I am in Germany, it's like something we do all the time. So I think that was just something that came easy to me. But I do understand, especially the American culture, people are trying to not necessarily let it all hang out there. So if you feel like that, please feel free to contact me in private. I am very confidential when it comes to that. I am also Stephen minister at my church, so confidentiality is really, really important and very vital, and I honor this a lot. So if that's what you want to do that. And if you have not yet, okay, spots are limited. Just last thing, spots are limited. Make sure that you are checking out that workshop that I'm putting on procrastination next week, because it's going to be the bomb, you guys. It's going to be so mind-blowing. It's something that you have not yet experienced, and it's going to change everything for you, because I'm going to compile all the mindset that I needed to get me out of because guys, I was a master procrastinator. Even though I never knew that, I never thought that I was actually procrastinating. I did not know that procrastination comes actually from having pain, you guys. It's from having pain and fear and insecurity, and it's like you have to heal that side. You have to become aware of it first, and then you can heal it. Okay, so make sure you are checking out that workshop. If you don't know where it is, comment workshop below, and I will send you the link. It's only $19.95, so it's really no big deal, and you're gonna have access to it, and you're gonna have a one-on-one coaching session with me to really privately discuss what's going on for you. Now, spots are limited, okay, guys. I can't talk to thousands of you, so make sure you hop on in there if that is something you're interested in. Anyway, that's it, you guys. I shall all see you tomorrow, and if you have, I would love to know. Let me know what topics you want me to talk about, okay? So drop it in the comments, and I'll talk about them, and hopefully we can serve some people and help some people, and make everything better for everyone. Talk to you all later. Love you.